everybody, today I'm going to show you how to lace your corset using two shorter laces. Now, why might you want to do this? Well, say for instance you want to, put red laces in this corset so that you have a holiday themed corset, but you can't find any longer laces nearby. Maybe you can only find shoelaces or boot laces, which are a little bit shorter than corset laces. I can show you how to use it this way. Or say for instance you have an overbust length corset, but you only have underbust length laces, and you can't lace it all the way from top to bottom using only one lace, because then it's not going to open wide enough for you to get into the corset. Well, then you can lace it with two separate laces and have them both coming out to the waistline. So I'm going to show you how to relace your corset this way, and the laces I'm using today are really short, but hopefully you can actually see what I'm doing clearly, and then you can follow suit with any length laces that you want. So first of all, take one lace, I'll put this one away here, and fold it in half like this so that you find the center point. And I like to make a little slip knot here that can come out later on. This is just going to mark the center point so that you don't end up getting one lace significantly longer than the other. And you can put a pin in there or any way you want to just mark the center. Now for this corset I'm using, I already know that it is supposed to be laced with 3 X's on top and 3 X's on the bottom, so I'd start from the underside. But if you're not sure, then what you do is you find the waist tape, which I can see is right here, and I know that you want the loops to be here. So this would be your over, under, over, under, over, under, over. So you want the X to be over up here, which means you're going to start from underneath. So if you have a Timeless Trends corset, you know that your corset is always going to be laced this way. If you have a different brand of corset, it might be laced in a different way. So now that you have it coming from underneath and both of these ends coming over, you cross it and then you go down. So now, if you have the corset closed, you can see that you have your first X. And then you cross it over again, and this time come up. So now you have the laces coming up through the grommets. You cross over again, and then you go down into the next set of grommets. Now you can already tell that the laces I'm using here are way too short to actually be functional in this corset, but hopefully with shorter laces it's a little bit less confusing and you can see what I'm doing. So now that the ribbons are under the corset, cross it over again and lace it up through, and then cross over again and down. Let me just take up some of this slack here. So now you have your 3 X's, and now we're coming up to the grommets that are at the waistline. So once again, you cross the ribbons underneath your corset, and then you come back up. And then you leave your laces out like that. And now you want to do the same thing except for the bottom half of the corset. So once again, I have another very short lace here. I'm going to put the 2 ends together, run your fingers along until you find the very center point, and then put a mark or a pin or a little slip knot here that can easily come out again so that you know where the center point is. And this little knot is too big to go through the grommet, so that's how I know that both sides or both ends of this lace are going to be even if I pull it any which way. So once again, I know that with this corset, I'm starting from underneath, which means both ends of the lace have to come up through the first set of grommets. Cross your laces so that you make an X and put it down. So now you can see that the laces are on the underside of the corset. Cross them over again and then bring them back up through the next set of laces. And then continue in this pattern, crossing, going down, and then crossing, coming back up until you get to the waistline once more. Make sure that you're crossing underneath the corset as well as over top of it, so you don't get any loops going straight up on the same side on the back side of your corset. Okay, so once this is properly laced, you'll see 3 X's on the top, 3 X's on the bottom, at least for this particular style corset, and then 2 free ends of laces at the waistline here. Now, if you want bunny ears again, then you can theoretically take these laces and tie them together sort of like so. And now you have these loops that you can really grab hold of. But if you do prefer to, say, tighten up the top and then tie one bow here and then tighten up the bottom and then tie the other bow there by keeping these 2 laces separate and having just like, you know, a pull string for the top and a pull string for the bottom, you can absolutely keep it free that way. And I find that if you do have an issue with the corset bones in the back kind of bowing outward, that can be really helpful in helping you lace up. So here you can see the X's over top, and underneath you should have X's all the way here too. Now, if you want to take out these little slip knots here so that you don't have the knots grinding against your spine or anything, these just come out like so, and you can take out the slack. So you can use this with any type of lace you want. You can use this with even 2 different colored laces if you really want to. If you want to do inverted bunny ears, then all you have to do is, when you're using this bottom lace, have them come out through this set of grommets, the higher set of grommets, and when you're lacing the top half, have the ends of those laces come out of this bottom set of grommets, and that's really all you have to do. So I hope this helps some of you guys, and in the next video I'm going to show you a few different ways of lacing your hip ties, whether or not you have a Timeless Trends version or a Mystic City version or any other type of corset that has hip ties. There are a few different ways that you can lace them up, so I'll show you how to do that in the next video. So I will see you then. Bye!